I'm about to show you how to build a personal brand that sells while you sleep. And I've used this exact same system on one of my clients, Lyndon Chastain, who has generated over $70,000 in a single month organically without doing any cold outreach or paid ads.
We just hit 50,000 subscribers. We make over $70,000 a month from our YouTube channel, and Andrew has been a huge part of that.
Most business owners are stuck in the hamster wheel. They're trading their time for money and watching their income disappear the moment they stop working. And if you're watching this right now, you're probably tired of being the bottleneck in your business. And you wish you had a system that generated you sales without you actively selling. But here's what separates the top 1% from everyone else. They've built personal brands that act as their 24/7 sales machine, attracting qualified leads that are already sold on working with them before they've even booked the call. And it's all about implementing the strategic system into your YouTube channel that builds authority, trust, and converts viewers into high-paying customers automatically. So in the next 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to break down on my laptop the exact framework you need to start implementing that has generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue for my clients, while they were focused on what they do best instead of manually chasing leads. So sit back and get ready to take some notes. How to build a personal brand that sells while you sleep. There's a difference between having a lot of followers and getting a lot of views than making a channel that actually makes you money. And the first thing we need to look at is the holy trinity. First comes authority, which is why people should listen to you. Next is trust, which is why people should believe you. And then there's conversion, why people should buy from you. Most personal brands focus on only one, which is why you need to implement all of these. You need to implement authority, trust, and conversion. But there's a specific order that you should build this in, or else everything will fall apart. So the first one is authority, and without authority, no one is going to listen to you. And that's why without someone even listening to you in the first place, trust can't be built. And without trust, conversion is impossible. So that's why authority comes first, but we still need the other 2 points to complete this as well. And for trust, obviously you've never bought from anyone that you never trusted, right? Trust equals control, which means you could sell them. And what you want to do for conversion is you want to soft sell because that doesn't feel pushy. The last thing someone watching your videos wants is to be sold to. What they want to do is watch a YouTube video and it addresses their problems and helps solve them. They do not want to be sold on a product, because when people see pushy salesmen, they think that what they're selling is probably a scam, which is why they're being pushy in the first place to try to convince you to buy it. So that's why you got to make sure that in your videos, you do not feel pushy at all. And the selling process is very subconsciously. So like I was saying earlier, you want pathways from education to sales. You do not want to sell them up front. What you want to do is give upfront value and upfront information so that they could implement what you're giving out for free into their own business. And what that does is if you've given away something for free and they've implemented it and it's actually worked for them, they're going to be like, wow, this guy got me to 10K a month for free. What can this guy do with his paid stuff, right? He can get me to 20K a month, 30K a month, 40K a month, 50K a month, etc. So that's the mistake a lot of personal brands do, is direct selling. Direct selling kills personal brands. You do not want to direct sell. You want it to be very subconscious, and you want there to be selling pathways. And all of this will lead to money. Why? This is the base foundations that your videos need to incorporate. And if it doesn't have all of these 3 things, then you'll never be able to subconsciously sell to your audience. So whenever you're making a video, you want to make sure that all 3 of these boxes are checked. You want to make sure every video has authority on why people should listen to you specifically. It should have trust, which is why people should believe you. And it should have conversion, why people should buy from you. If you have all 3 of these things, then it's all about how you implement it next, which is going to make the big difference. Now, authority gets you attention, but what actually gets people getting their wallet out ready to buy is trust. And there's something you need to implement that a lot of personal brands miss and wonder why no one buys. And that is implementing trust the right way. So this is the hierarchy of social proof, right? So we got first, number 1, client results. So these are examples of some client results that I've gotten. The screenshots here are 400K on Stripe and then 60K on Stripe, which is from one of my clients who I've helped make over 500K with YouTube. So those are just Stripe screenshots. And next is a YouTube analytics screenshot of pretty much doing a crazy month on YouTube, getting a lot more views, more subscribers, that sort of thing, right? This is sort of like the most common and the most basic way that you need to implement showing social proof and building trust with your audience. But there are other things that you could also show in your videos, like video testimonials. So these are 2 video testimonials from clients I've worked with, and these are probably going to be the second most common way to show social proof proof and build trust with your audience is having video testimonials pop up in your videos. And next, another way you could build trust is through case studies, interviews, and masterminds. So examples of what this looks like is we did a case study video on my client's channel, which is exposing Joel Kaplan's genius $6 million content strategy. Pretty much what this video is my client going over the exact framework and the exact systems he's used to help one of his clients make over $6 million from content. So those are the type of videos you can make. You can make case study videos, and the main purpose of videos like these are pretty much just trust building assets, right? They're videos that your audience could watch on your channel that pretty much tells your viewer that you know exactly what you're talking about, because obviously you've implemented what you're teaching to someone else and they've gotten crazy results, right? So those are purely trust building videos. And next we have like masterminds. So this is an example of a mastermind video we did. It's how to build a $1 million YouTube channel in 1 hour 24 minutes. So it's pretty much just a long 1 hour 24 minute raw mastermind that my client did in Dubai, and we recorded it all and we turned that into a video, which is basically another social proof trust building video. That's pretty much the whole point of it. And obviously the information in the video is very good as well. These three things is what you need to be implementing into your videos and how you're actually going to take your audience and convince them to buy and convince them that you know what you're doing. These are super key for that. Now, if you're watching all of this and you're thinking to yourself, these frameworks make complete sense, but I just don't have the time or expertise to implement all of this into my personal brand myself, then click the first link in the description where you can book a 30-minute call with me where I show you how we create a done-for-you YouTube channel that is a lead gen machine. Let's get back to the rest of the video. So all of this is good, but how do you actually implement it into your channel? And that is with something called show, don't tell. Visuals speak louder than words. You want to show all of this. If you have a line in your video that says you made your client $10,000, actually show it. That's where the social proof comes in with actual screenshots. That's where people will get to trust you because they've seen you've actually done it with proof, with a Stripe screenshot attached or with before and after results attached. That's where that's going to come in because your words mean nothing. Visuals will speak way louder than any words. Seeing actual results instead of hearing words will obviously 10x the value of what's being said. That's why if you've seen like those before and after products, they work so well because they visually show you the transformation, right? So you want to think of ways that you could incorporate that into your videos, like showing video testimonials of before and afters, or even like the client interview videos are good because they show a clear before and after of what happened when you started working with this client and where you got them to now. That is going to build so much trust with your audience. And all of this is done in post-production. So you want to implement all of the screenshots, etc., the video clips, whatever, obviously all done in post. And the biggest way to implement trust into your videos is starting it off in the intro. This is the intro framework I use on my clients' videos and my own videos. And why this intro framework is so good is because it already builds trust with the viewer, and it also sets the right expectation for them for the rest of the video on what they could expect to learn, watch, and how the video is just overall going to be. So the first thing, immediately confirm to the viewer that this is the video you clicked on and the packaging is not clickbait plus credibility. What this basically means is whenever someone looks at your video on the homepage, they obviously see your title and thumbnail, and what your goal here is to do is to, whenever they click on that video, to make it that it confirms their click. Make it so that whenever the viewer clicks on your video, they're like, this is the right video I clicked on. And you also want to throw in some credibility here. So what I usually do is just repeat the title of the video that they're going to see. So they see the title obviously on the homepage, and whenever they click on the video, I repeat the title, which pretty much just confirms the click that this is what they're going to actually learn when clicking on the video. And how I show credibility is saying that whatever I'm about to show you, I've implemented into one of my clients' channels and it's helped them do XYZ, right? So, and I go straight into some client results that I've gotten using what I'm about to teach in this video. Next, you want to introduce new narratives or unclosed loops, and you want to convey it in a simple manner visually and be easily understood. So what you're supposed to do here is pretty much just add more questions into the viewer's mind that is going to make them want to watch the rest of the video. These are called unclosed loops because what they do is add a question into the viewer's mind, but you don't answer it yet, which is why they want to stick around to the rest of the video to get their questions answered. And then what you want to do is make sure you set the right expectation in the intro. So what this means is, let's say you have a super highly edited intro, sort of like my video here, and then you go into screen recordings, a more chill laid back style like I have. You want to set that expectation in the video because the last thing you want is someone to expect the intro the whole way through, and then the second it goes to a more chill video, they click off because that is not what they expected. So how you could do this is literally just tell them what you're going to talk about for the rest of the video and what they could expect. So for example, in this video, I literally said that I'm going to break everything down on my laptop and to sit back and get ready to write some notes, which is basically telling the viewer that the rest of the video is going to be more chill, more slow paced, and it's going to be more value packed. So it's going to be very information based. And then next, you want to establish singularity and credibility. So why your video or POV is unique. So you could do this by saying like, and what we've actually done here with some clients is adding their mission statement in here. So for example, for one of my clients, his mission statement was, I'm on a mission to take 1,000 YouTube channels to over 100,000 subscribers. So that's obviously establishing singularity, because it's just showing how what you're doing is different than what everyone's doing. Now, building trust and authority is good and all, but obviously, like I said earlier, we need all three of the Holy Trinity to create videos that actually convert and actually lead to sales, right? So what we need to do is learn how to actually convert viewers into buyers. So this is going to be the conversion system pretty much summed up. There's going to be top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel videos. And then they're all going to point back to the conversion asset. So what are these videos? So bottom of funnel videos are your smallest audience possible, right? So this is super targeted videos. And like I went over earlier, it's going to be case study videos or testimonial videos on your channel. And just like the Joel Kaplan video that I showed earlier that my client made, an example video would be how our clients are scaling to 100K per month. Or you could do another one like how I made X client $600,000 in 2025, something like that. These videos are going to get the least amount of views, but again, they're going to be trust building videos. And then come middle of funnel videos. So these are going to be the second largest audience, and they're going to be specific solutions that address problems your current ideal clients are facing. It's not going to be very basic problems your audience has, like how do I make money online? That is super basic and everyone has that problem, but it's going to be a bit more of a niche problem. So an example of that would be the exact system we use to book 5 sales calls per day. So a lot of people want to make money, but a specific problem is how to get more sales calls, right? And that leads to top of funnel videos, which is the largest audience. So these are going to be the broad, high interest topics that speak to pretty much everyone in your niche, right? And it's going to hit on all of their pain points and desires. So again, another example, why most agency owners never get past 10K per month. This is going to hit on so many people in your niche because not that many people obviously make 10K a month with their agency. And all this leads back to the conversion asset. So you can have a VSL as a conversion asset, which is sort of like the basic thing that pretty much most people have. Or you could do a story video, which is pretty much just a story about yourself that shows your story of where you started, where you are now, and pretty much the struggles you faced, the pain you felt, and pretty much just telling people how you got to where you are. And through all of that, you're going to add a lot of emotion, which is going to entice more people to buy. But what I found is most effective are free courses. Free courses are just like 2 to like 8 hour long videos on YouTube that pretty much break down everything about your business model. And it pretty much shows through the whole course, like module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, how to actually build that business and how to make money from that business. And these videos are good for multiple reasons because first, whenever someone sees an 8 hour long video on your channel, they're going to think that it took a ton of effort to make that video because it actually does. Creating 8 hours of content is a ton of work, and that's why not that many people do it. So since it's a lot of work, it's a huge value add for them. And obviously, since it takes that much work to do, not that many people are going to do it, which is why your video is going to stand out. And the whole point of creating these types of videos instead of just one style of videos is because you want a funnel that drives a viewer all the way down the path so that they could actually convert. Because if you make one video, one same type of video over and over again, you are not creating a selling path for a viewer. They're just going to keep watching your videos and nothing comes out of it. But whenever you make a path for them, the more they watch your content, they're going to slowly go down the funnel, and then they're going to book a call with you, and then they're going to convert into clients. So these videos pre-sell your services, they handle objections in your videos, and they create viewer pathways like I was talking about. Whenever you make the same type of video, obviously no one is entitled to go anywhere and just keep getting your content and just keep taking in your information. But with this 3-way structure, it's going to build trust, it's going to build authority, and it's actually going to convert them because they get sent to the conversion asset, which takes each viewer on your channel from viewer to buyer seamlessly. And the best part about all of this is whenever you post a video, it is selling for you 24/7. That video is going to be up, and even from months from now, you can still get calls booked because you did all of this the right way. So again, how does all of this work together? Authority attracts the right people, trust makes it so they want to work with you, and the conversion asset and the conversion system turns interested viewers into clients pretty much automatically. So now that you know all this, you know how to build authority, trust, and how to actually convert the viewers on your channel. You still need to learn about all the other things about creating a personal brand, like ideation, making thumbnails, and coming up with titles, because implementing this is only one piece of the puzzle to creating a personal brand that is a lead gen machine. So watch this next video on screen right now where it goes over how we handle all of this for you to turn your YouTube channel and your personal brand into a client acquisition machine.